Hello people, I hope you're well. This is Nicholas, our COO. This is Tom, the Master of Nodes.
How you doing, guys?
Hello people.
And I'm Simon, founder of Chainflip. And yeah, welcome back. This has been a long time coming. We're doing a little Christmas AMA for you today. And we're going to get into your questions real soon. But in the meantime, let's listen to some music. Hello again. It's time to get into some questions, and this time around we have a very special man who is sitting at his computer waiting to communicate your questions to the fine people, including myself, that are happy to answer any questions that you might have today on this very Christmassy AMA. Sean, why don't you go say hi to the people?
Hello, everyone. Just need to switch to myself, and I'm the guy in the Discord chats you've all been wondering about. This is my face. I'm going to be asking Simon some very, very curated questions from the community over the last couple of days. We've narrowed down the 6,000 responses to about, I would say about 50 plus because all of you just spammed the responses with faucet messages. We're not going to get into that straight away, though. Let's start off, Simon, with a nice, easy question. Simon?
Hit me.
We got a question here saying that we know that the team can chain flip, but can the team also kick flip? This is a very relevant question. Keep pushing.
Well, you might want to, Well, can we kickflip? I don't skateboard. Can anyone in here skateboard? Can you skateboard, David? No? Andrew? David can definitely skateboard. We got to introduce you to someone here. Why don't you come on over here, David? We got a new team member who you definitely wouldn't have seen before on these streams. His name is Senor Fernandez. He's this very annoyingly tall Argentinian guy. Here he is.
Hola, my name is David. Working in product. Happy to be here. My first AMM.
AMA. It's not your first AMM though. It is actually as well. But I think if David can't kickflip, I think unfortunately the answer is no. We cannot kickflip, but we do flip chains.
We're just a bunch of nerds in here, I think. Any physical exhaustion is just too much for us. We're just pushing out code at this stage. Alrighty, Simon. Back to the Sean cam. There's David again. Hey, David. David sits next to me in the office while I answer all your guys' questions. But let's get into some serious ones. There's some really good questions that came out of this, and a lot has happened over the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I think one of the nice questions coming out from everyone is, now that the testnet is kind of up and running, what's the next step for Chainflip's future plan? This is answered by FYJ. Thanks, FYJ.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
The question was, now that the testnet is completed,
hang on a minute here. There's an assumption, which is that the testnet is completed. You might have noticed that there's been a little bit of slashing going on, just a bit. Just a little bit too much, and we haven't actually reached 150 authorities yet. So there are still a couple of things we're looking into now. There's been some panics that we've seen during keygen ceremonies, which mean that they are failing. And we decided, if there are some bad nodes that are just failing all the time and causing the ceremonies to time out, which is making them take ages and limiting the set, we'll just slash them. And then it turned out everyone was getting slashed now and then. Most people aren't, but a lot of people are. And I've been slashed, Sean's been slashed, Sam's been slashed, even the boot nodes have been slashed. Even Tom has been slashed,
Even your master of nodes has been slashed. Like, there's something wrong going on here.
So 0.5.6, we fixed something. 0.5.7, we fixed another thing, both of which were causing crashes during keygen ceremonies. And now we found another one as well. And every time we do it, we see that the authority, the set size of the authority set keeps going up. So it's really good. We're seeing a lot of progress, but the testnet is not yet done. However, that is not the end of the story. I'm going to call over here a colleague of mine who can tell you what's going on in the other parts of our code base not related to this, because we are doing many things at once these days. It is not simply, the testnet's still broken and we're stuck here. No, it's not broken, it's working, and we have more features. Senor Fernandez, can you please get Carl for me? Our favorite Australian. Thank you, sir. In the meantime, please enjoy these fine tunes. That's the deck cam. Switch to the deck cam. Yes. Nice work, Sean.
I'm balancing like 50 things here at once. And
you have a very nice German behind you. Why don't you use him to help you?
That is true. He's supplying me with some vape. Because at Chainflip, unlike other institutions, we don't do Adderall. We just do hard work and grit. That was the poor FTX joke. But can I get a little bit of response in the chat? Who hasn't been slashed? I would love to meet you. I need to see who this person is. What kind of rig you're running to not get slashed? But I'm gonna be pretty impressed with that.
What up?
Another question, Simon, I think a lot of people are asking.
Okay.
Before, while we get to all of these serious questions, let's chat about testnet stuff. Contabo. What is the issue with Contabo? That's the real question that everyone wants to know, to be honest.
Well, the real issue with Contabo is that the whole look. I don't want to shit on other businesses or anything like that generally, but when something, one of my favorite sayings in the world is when something walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and looks like a duck, chances are it's probably a duck. And what I mean by that, Contabo is like 4 times cheaper than the next cheapest provider, meaning the stats they say they're giving you are probably a load of bullshit. So they have very poor bandwidth, very poor reliability. They don't have the shared resources that they're claiming to. Thus, you have a very poorly performing node, which explains why, more than anyone else, Contabo nodes have been getting slashed to oblivion. So please don't give this company your money. They are not a very reputable business as far as I can tell. That's the problem with Contabo. But it is cheap.
And another question. A lot of people asking about the merch, Simon. They're seeing the jerseys. We need them for Berlin at the moment. It's freezing. But yeah, what's the deal with that? When did those come about?
Well, these very fine hoodies that you're seeing me wear right now, this very sleek getup, this very Matrix-esque sort of hood vibe, a thick washed black hoodie with 420 GSM internal French stitch, nice and fleeced on the inside. These exclusive hoodies are not for sale. Unfortunately, we've already given away way too many of them, and these are the 2022 edition. If you came to our rave or anything like that, you would have definitely gotten one if you asked nicely. But we only got 100 of them made, and they took literally like 4 months to get here. We ordered them direct from a manufacturer. So we're going to be designing a 2023 edition of the Chainflip black hoodies because they're maybe the most Berlin piece of merch that we've ever produced, including the word Berlin on it, which is nice. Sorry, I'm looking at myself in the TV right now. It's kind of real trippy. But that's what's going on with the merch. We ordered these like in May or something, and they didn't get here till like August because China and customs and stuff. So stay tuned for the 2023 edition Chainflip hoodies. We are going to be bringing them to you very soon. And for those who have been in our advanced members group, there's someone standing over there who's actually been mailing them to you. Some of you have already received them, but these are coming your way, advanced members. I'm looking at you, DJ Extroller Chad.
Yeah, a lot of people getting their merch, except for Agrozold. I see your message asking when you're going to get your parcel merch. We don't know. We're going to have to find out. I thought it might have been shipped out, but you never know. We just need to check the back end of things. But we're going to need some pictures of the advanced members wearing their merch, please. Slipnir sent us some when he got his at the rave. He drove down from a very far location to get to us. That's serious commitment, so cheers to that. I think like we've got to notice that over the last 2 weeks our Discord has grown by 50%. I think we've got another 5,000 more of you running nodes and kind of just trying to get to grips with what Chainflip is and the team. I think that's a good intro is to kind of, Simon, can you give us a little bit of idea about, where we all from, mission of the Chainflip team, and, what are we actually building here?
I just spotted a little thing in the chat just beforehand. Is the woman in white in the background Isa? I'm afraid you've been doxxed. I'm sorry, Isabel. It's too late.
Doxxed already.
Everyone knows now.
The first stream doxxed.
Can you please repeat the question, sir? I'm sorry.
A lot of new members in the chat wanting to know a little bit about us. Kind of wanted to get on a human level with us. Where are we all from? How was Chainflip founded? What's our mission? Let's start with that.
All right. Well, our mission, quite simply, is to displace the centralized exchange. We've got a whole new website coming out that's going to go through our vision and stuff we haven't really covered before. Going to go into a lot more detail about our team, but as a little bit of an introduction, my name's Simon. I founded Chainflip in 2020. I also founded a project called Oxen back in 2017, ran that for several years. That's now still being run by my co-founders back in Australia. But yeah, we're based here in Berlin. We are very keen on doing something which I'm now describing as invoking the Uniswap effect on assets beyond the ERC20 token market. So you may have been around in 2020, you may have noticed that centralized exchanges pretty much ran the whole game, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we had this situation occur where all of a sudden things got really liquid on Uniswap, and then people just basically left the centralized exchanges to trade ERC20 tokens. And so now, if you want to swap an ERC20 token and like have it be liquid and have it be good, normally you don't bother going to a centralized exchange. And that just hasn't been possible in the cross-chain market yet. Bitcoin is still very much controlled entirely by a centralized exchange, as are dozens of other assets, you know, Solana, Cardano, blah, blah, blah. There's lots and lots and lots of different chains, and even the EVM chains, which do have more bridging and stuff, the pricing is still pretty bad compared to centralized exchanges in terms of doing large swaps and stuff. So really, our mission is to create an extremely efficient AMM that exists virtually, not on any one particular chain, but can connect to all different chains all at once and do something to the spot markets, like what Uniswap did to ERC20 tokens. So we want price discovery happening on-chain. We want trading happening on-chain. I think the whole FTX debacle has really shown what we're all about and what we would like to fix. I mean, it's not a new problem. People have been talking about this for a decade now. So it's really time that someone came in and tried to fix this. And we've got an approach that we think has a fairly good shot at addressing at least some of the issues. And so, yeah, welcome on board. Maybe Jan, you want to pick up the camera and I can introduce you to some of our folks that are hanging around here on the stream as well. You may have figured out that I'm Australian, but we have people from all over the place. For example, yeah, pick up the camera. Pick up the camera, yeah. Point it at people. Point it at this guy. Like, just pick the whole thing up. Tripod and everything. There we go. Awesome. This fine young man has been with us for a little while now. What's your name?
Tom.
Where you from?
Tom from the UK.
What do you do here other than pretend to DJ?
I like to call myself the Master of Nodes. It's a self-declared title. I think I hold it up.
What does it mean?
That means answering all of your amazing questions about how a VPS works, what's a Linux, can I eat it? I'm here for you guys, especially Rama Adita, if you're watching. Big love, man.
Yeah, what a G, man. He's been in the chat. He's been absolutely killing it, man. From day one, he's been slashed over 6K T-Flip. But to be honest, you're still in the chats keeping it going, man. And like we said, T-Flip is T-Flip. You know, like rewarding the community like that. Dude, if you need some T-Flip, hit me up. You can assist. But yeah, seriously, thank you. It like helps a lot with like helping some newbies come into the chat to kind of figure out like how to actually be running nodes. It's kind of a cool process, and I must give Tom credit. Tom is the master behind actually making this process of loading everyone up with the docs super easy. Those docs are super easy even for me. I'm just like you guys. I can't spin up a node without some clear, concise documents. And Tom, you did a great job, you and your team. So hell yeah to that, man.
All right, so we got a handheld cameraman now. Hi, Jan. We have this guy here. I should introduce him because he was the first and still one of the only native Germans in the crew. What's your name?
Nick.
And what do you do here?
Playing music.
We found him just to play
Just some
music.
back-end admin to keep this company running, basically.
Yes, he is the administrative machine of the organization. He is, in some parts, HR, some parts a form filler. He is the ultimate German and keeps the lights on because he pays the bills and things like that. And he also likes to, do some of this, do some vinyl spinning. So that there is Nicholas. Who else do we have to introduce? Oh, here's one. Hey, give me that. Look, it's another
very
German.
zoomed.
German. Yeah, the second German.
Let's unzoom that camera, Simon.
Developer German. I'm the Rust developer German.
Yeah, wow.
And what does that mean?
That means that I'm a developer.
Great. He does the code. That's good, isn't it, Sean?
It's pretty good. I mean, he's making this whole thing work, you know. I'm just shit posting at the moment.
Yeah. Look at oh wow, look at that. Camera inception. That looks sick.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Amazing, guys.
The things you learn. The things you learn on days like these.
Guys should really see the setup that we've actually created for this live stream. It's advanced. We've got 3 cameras going, a mixing
that's
table,
so trippy.
and I'm monitoring the chat and the questions. Simon's walking around showing everything off. I must say, like, this is definitely the most technologically advanced AMA we have done. So you're all a part of it. That's great.
I don't know that time when I was running down my phone bill on a boat in Paris. That was pretty technologically advanced. We were live streaming from something which fits in your pocket. That was pretty cool. Oh shit! Oh shit! Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We got another team member. Who's this guy?
DJ Night Moves.
Oh shit! Well, who are you, DJ Night Moves? Reveal the mystery.
Yeah, I had an AI prepare my statement for me today. See.
This is PG, please.
Sorry, poopy. As the lead web developer on the project, I am happy to report that we are making good progress on building a decentralized crypto exchange. This exchange will operate on a decentralized network using blockchain technology, providing enhanced security and transparency for users. It goes on, but let me just finish with the end of it, I guess. It says, thank you for the interest in our project.
That was an AI that wrote that.
Yeah. It's terribly dry, but so am I.
Thank you, DJ Night Moves. I appreciate it.
I think like we can all just say that DJ Night Moves is the one that created the faucet. He's the one that created the beast that all of you know today. So yeah, he's the mastermind, and he's developing an even smarter one to stop all of you bots. So yeah, watch out.
I'm not a bot. Do you just call me a bot?
Or are you?
Yes. Except, if I was a bot, I'd be better at switching camera angles, Just saying, just throwing it out there. There we go. There we go.
Alrighty. More questions. We have so many questions. Yeah. So let's talk more about some serious stuff, Simon. A lot has happened in the crypto space in the last 3 weeks. Possibly the most crazy that it's ever been, with everything that's been going on. And a lot of people are wondering how Chainflip is in a position to kind of capitalize on this situation. I mean, yeah, there's been a knock in the whole crypto market, but Chainflip as a product seems like a very, very good sell. A lot of people asking, what's our plan for the next 3 years? Are we ready to tackle this bear market? Do we think that there's going to be a bear market in the next 3 years? What's the situation here?
I mean, we're already there, guys. Like, I don't know if you've been checking, but, Ethereum used to be 4.5K and it hasn't been for like 6 months now. This is a bear market. It has been a bear market. I've been through a bear market before, It was back in 2018. It was pretty miserable. But as I've said before, it doesn't really feel the same. So, yeah, I think 3 years from now, based on the global economy looking like it's turning around, inflation peaking, all that kind of thing, yeah, I think we can wave the bear goodbye not very soon, but, it's going to be months, not years, before things start to pick up again. And we are so ready for it. So, yeah, we're ready to roll. I mean, I don't think there's ever been such strong interest in DEXs and on-chain trading like there is now. Like, we've got DEX volumes doubled in November, whereas they only went up 20% on centralized exchanges. I think that's a really good stat that sort of just proves that the interest in the space. And I think we, out of many of the projects that you see, are positioning ourselves to tackle that in a very real way in, the next few months. So I think, hopefully, if we're good with our timing and good with our production schedule, we can get the product out there just as things start to pick up again. That would be ideal, but I don't control the world, so sorry about that. But that's the hope.
And what is the product that we're talking about here initially? Like, does it mean we're swapping, ETH to DOT, ETH to Bitcoin? What is it that we actually initially starting out here with?
So we're going to be able to support EVM chains out of the gate. That's just copy paste. I don't know how many we're going to list to begin with, but there's like 20 popular ones these days. So we, in theory, could do that. However, that's probably a poor idea. So we probably won't be doing that. We'll probably be doing some of them. Bitcoin is on our launch plan. We think that as a product, if we don't list that, it's not really proving much. So we would really like to get that out. And we've also worked on Polkadot as well, which should enable us to list things like Kusama and other substrate-based chains quite trivially as well. So we have lots of options. Beyond that, we can work on plenty of other implementations as well. There's Cardano, Solana, Harmony, Sui, Aptos. There's a lot of chains out there these days that are pretty underserved on the decentralized markets that have big markets on the centralized markets, and that's really what we're going to focus on listing. However, the product itself is going to support a lot more assets than just those, because we're also implementing, and this is a hot, fresh announcement, we're implementing cross-chain messaging as a product launch feature. And what that's going to let us do is partner up with a bunch of aggregators and stuff and actually enable you guys or anyone to swap between thousands of different assets from the very get-go. So instead of just being able to swap from ETH to Bitcoin, now you can swap from Compound to Bitcoin, or Compound to, some asset on Avalanche or something like that. There's a lot of possibilities that we can have there. USDC, USDT, all on different chains. All of that stuff is going to be automatically routed through these aggregators, which we'll be implementing, because we're a user-first focused protocol. We really want to make sure that we are supporting users to be able to do what you want to do, rather than just having only our swaps there and only our pairs there. If we can't compete on certain pairs, certain routes, then we're going to give it to other people to make sure, or other protocols to make sure that we can get you where you want to go. So that's really what we'd like to achieve. Meaning, on launch, there will only be a few pairs that are natively swapped on Chainflip. They'll be hyper-liquid, they'll be very efficient, they'll be very competitive, and then aggregators are going to do the rest. Similarly, we're also going to be integrated into aggregators. So every time those pairs are involved, we think we're going to be able to beat everyone else by a mile. And therefore, those swaps will be routed through us. So this is external wallets, external aggregators, other messaging and swapping protocols out there. We're in talks with a bunch of people right now. And we've got some partnership announcements coming out pretty soon about that. It'll be really exciting. So hopefully we can get the kind of volume that we're looking for on launch. So hopefully that answers the question. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was a good response. It's a lot to unpack there, to be honest. I think it's important to note that Chainflip is quite a diverse project. But the biggest one, going to your comment there in the chat, Chandradeep, I hope I said that right, but saying that our main focus in delivering on developing ecosystems like games, DeFi, NFT, and stuff like that, that can all come through the cross-chain messaging, but by far the most popular and the most volume is definitely coming out of the swapping. So we're definitely focusing on that first. And on the swapping, I think some people are asking that ThorChain is doing it already, specifically with Bitcoin to Ethereum. How is Chainflip actually technically going to be able to swap Bitcoin, for example, to a native asset on another chain? What is the process, in simple terms, to actually make that transaction take place?
How long have you got? We have essentially a bunch of different wallets on a bunch of different chains, all hooked up to our validator network. So our validator network is controlling a wallet on Bitcoin, controlling a wallet on Ethereum, and so on and so on. It doesn't exactly work like that, but conceptually that's an easy way to think about it. And basically, you know when you go on a centralized exchange and you deposit some money there, and then you do some trades, and then they send you some money out of another wallet on another chain? That's kind of what's going on with Chainflip. So we witness an incoming deposit, we swap those assets from one thing to another, and then on the other chain in the accounting system, we can easily say, okay, we owe this person X amount of asset on this chain, and then we send it to you through this Frost multi-sig scheme that we've developed. So it's kind of like a decentralized centralized exchange, kind of, sort of, with an AMM. I don't know. I haven't quite figured out how to explain this succinctly. What we're building is kind of complex, so I apologize if that didn't make sense, but that's about as short as I think I can make it right now. And I know we have a bunch of questions, and we also have some great music as well, which I want to get back to at some point. So yeah, hopefully that's enough.
Yeah, let's leave it at that and get back to some music for a bit. Let Simon
back to the music. Okay, are you happy about this?
Oh, so happy.
Fantastic. Okay.
Does that mean we can turn it up on the speakers again?
Yes, it means we can turn it up on the speakers again.
You have permission. I'll allow it.
We'll be joining you right back. If you have some questions, post them in the chat. Sean will be watching them. We'll come back in 5 minutes and answer some more of your questions. Thank you so much.
A lot of you asking about that tracksuit. It's pretty clean. Let's go to Tom, who's wearing it. This is the one-of-the-kind one. We actually have a new batch that doesn't have the chainflip on the back. It was a heated discussion that we had. Simon agrees, and now I kind of do. Looking at it, chainflip on the back really shows off. We should have had it, but the latest ones don't. Or you advanced members that have it.
This was a mistake. This was a travesty. We got 20 damn tracksuits without chainflip on the back.
I wasn't out there to bat for you on that one. I should have been. I should have had the big voice. It looks sick. I definitely like it. Maybe we do another bash, Simon. Maybe we do another merch bash at launch. After launch, things go well. Potentially get some merch out to all of you. Who wants some tea flip?
Hey, baby. Come on in. I've been waiting for you. Sit down, relax.
We've got a very important question from DJ Extrol Chad. Argentina versus Australia. Extrol Chad, I'm not sure if you actually know, but
around here lately because of all the stuff going on outside the house, you know, the pressure, the job, all those things that can weigh you down. You know, sometimes, just sometimes, you bring that home with you. And I understand, but you know, I want us
had
to
to
just stop for
push
a
the
minute
volume
and
down a
think
bit.
about how much we
But
have together.
yeah, question about Australia versus Argentina.
I'm not talking about
Extrol Chat, I'm not
the
sure you know,
material
but we
things,
actually
you know,
have
I'm
an
not talking
Argentinian.
about
Well, you've met him,
the
David.
years that we've given to
That's
each
part of the
other.
team, to be honest, and
laughter.
it's kind of heated. David said he might not come to the office
tears,
if
the joy. And oh, yeah,
anything takes place during that game.
It's
Simon.
David. We met him before.
Yeah,
You know, he was right there.
We're
The
still
Argentinian.
Argentinian.
not because we
Yeah.
have
He should
to
be
but
shaking in his
because we
boots
wanna
right
be.
now. Because
I know we can make it.
we're going to do it again.
We can make it.
You hear me? We're going to do it again. There's 8-1 odds that Australia qualifies for the next for the quarterfinals, I think. But I think it's more than that. They're going to be running for the hills. So don't you
Look at
worry.
how far we've come already.
Australia's coming for you.
It's going to be quite heated
All the
in the
things we've
office.
accomplished,
We already had a bit of a
we've
situation with
accomplished
Australia versus Denmark, to be honest.
Both
We
going
also have
in
a
the same
Dane in the
direction.
office, and
Wanting
he
the
was
same
not exactly
things
saying the
from each
nicest
other.
things about the game, and the game didn't exactly go in his favor. He hasn't really talked that much.
Sometimes,
Will,
you know,
you might recognize Will in the chats.
call me
Our
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
ecosystem
Gotta work
development
late
manager.
tonight. I'm
He's Danish, and I may or may not have
I sit
called
back
him
and
a dirty
I start to
Viking
wonder
before
about
the game
who you're working
because
with
I was a
and,
bit scared. And
you're working
as it
on.
turned out, that was very unnecessary. I'm sorry, Will. I'll say it again. You are not a dirty Viking. You're now just a sad Viking.
Loser has to wear an FTX t-shirt for a week, according to Extrol Chat.
Always find some little way to let me know.
All right. Let's get to some more questions here.
Hit me.
There's a lot to
I
go
know you
through.
love me.
Let's actually stick with Extrol Chat's questions because they are incredibly great. Hold on 2 seconds, guys. Turn down the decks.
Those things are nice, baby, but if you
Here we
really
go.
wanna know what
Let's
I need,
Extrol Chat. Let's keep on you.
I need you.
You say here that your
right.
wife stole your Chainflip
Yeah.
merch. What should I
I
do?
need more time.
Are you saying that we must send you more merch?
Time with your arms around me.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Times to appreciate
Yeah, I'm gonna
each
leave
other.
that one there.
I feel like that's a you problem.
It actually is a me problem, damn. Here's a good one. My 12-year-old is at that age where we have to talk about crypto. Any advice?
That's right. They make big
As you can probably tell by my face, I'm not at the age where fatherhood is very likely. So
so love,
I
so important,
unfortunately
and you do that.
cannot give you any advice in this regard.
Yeah.
But
You can make me
yeah,
feel
if I was
adored.
in your boots, I
You do
would
it when you want to.
allow the internet to do its job and then tell him why he's wrong because you're a grumpy old parent. And that's generally how these things go. You know, it's just nature.
Just nature. Yeah, well, welcome to all of you that have just joined. Now that I've said that we have T-Flip available, let's get on to some protocol questions. Specifically some...
comments about your resignation as CEO?
Yeah,
Someone's just asked a
yeah.
very poignant question.
very specific.
And I want to talk about this because, yeah, obviously it's pretty big news, I guess, to anyone who's been a part of the Oxen community for any length of time. You may have seen a video come out a couple weeks ago or last week or something with Chris announcing that he is now the new CEO of Oxen. To be quite frank, we filmed a video here several months ago saying the same thing. I don't know why it took so long, but yeah, I mean, practically speaking, Chris has been running Oxen now for almost a year. As I've said many times before, I do a weekly call with the Oxen team and remain as the chairman of the OPTF. But yeah, my day-to-day work has been here at Chainflip for a long time now. So this is just a recognition of what has already been the case. I'm not sure why it took this long. I don't think it really matters, but there you go. That's the answer. So that's a good one to bring up. So thank you for bringing that up.
On the Oxen discussion while we're here, someone actually asked an interesting question about Oxen. Does Chainflip have the technology to list Oxen as a chain on its protocol?
Yes, although we haven't started work on any crypto note-based, ring signature-based chain yet. An Oxen integration would, by extension, probably mean Monero as well. That is something that we want to do, but at the moment, you know, the focus is on making sure that we capture the huge markets and make sure that we actually have enough volume to make Chainflip a sustainable project. So yes, as I've said before, Oxen is certainly listable using Chainflip technology. It's an Oxen-born project. I mean, it'd be pretty bad if it wasn't possible. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's power of Chainflip. Potential to list every single exchange in the future. Big dreams. So a lot of questions about, you know, security and governance and everything with regards to Chainflip as a protocol, specifically with what's happened at the moment in the space. Can you talk a little bit about, you know, Chainflip security as a protocol? How would we be protected from hacks as compared to, say, Nomad or Wormhole or another project like that? Because they were hacked for a lot of money.
I have a pretty simple answer to this question, which is we are not a fucking bridge. You know, we don't do bridging. We're not some big honeypot of, you know, a wallet with like some Gnosis safe multi-sig that's like 5 of 9 running on servers that just wrap tokens. And, you know, there's a lot more going on at Chainflip. It's got a layered defense system. We have very simple smart contracts, relatively speaking, which is most of the time where a lot of the vulnerabilities are. We have a redundant accounting system within the actual state chain itself. Sorry, weird sound. Yeah, we are actually auditing our protocol before it goes on mainnet, which is something that a lot of other projects don't do. TrailerBits is coming in on January 14th, and they're going to be with us for over 2.5 months auditing everything top to bottom. So we have quite a few different things that we're doing to try and do our best on the security front. It's the only way that any protocol is going to have a chance at dominating the centralized exchanges. So yeah, it's something very, very important to us. Hope that answers the question.
Yeah, chat's definitely PG-18 for now. I turned off the restrictions, probably should turn them on. But on that note, another pretty big question that came up, specifically on the whole discussion with, you know, when we swapping these high volume coins and native coins assets like Bitcoin to Ethereum. How are we going to be able to support these really, really big transactions that come through from a whale, say, that wants to move, you know, 4 to 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. Do we have liquidity? What's the slippage problem going to be?
Great question. That's going to depend entirely on how much liquidity is being actively market made. That's a tough one. That's a grammatical tongue twister right there. I'm not even going to try. But yes, that's going to depend entirely on how much our market makers contribute to the liquidity provision. But in theory, if we have a pool with $4 million in it that's relatively balanced at the time, and our market makers are working effectively, they'll just simply match liquidity that they can find on all other exchanges. So it's kind of like a liquidity aggregator, and that means that you'll be getting prices that are very similar to any OTC desk in the world, any centralized order book, any AMM. They will be quoting prices, trying to compete for that order so they can get the liquidity fee from it. So that is something that we're going to be able to do. So there isn't any exact amount that we'll be able to handle. It depends entirely on how much liquidity providers commit to a certain pool. But in theory, with a couple $1 million in the Bitcoin pool, when it's balanced, we'll be able to do 500, 600, 700k trades with less than 1% slippage, I think, in that case, because the liquidity of Bitcoin is very, very high. At the moment, it is currently not possible to swap Bitcoin on-chain in any form, 100k of it, which I know is a lot for a lot of people, but this is the sort of whale trades that we're talking about here, with less than 5% slippage. 5. That's a joke. Okay, that's not funny. That's really bad, and that's something that we're hoping to be able to fix. So on-chain trading actually becomes viable, not just for small transactions and moving things around, but actually, competitive with the centralized exchange and OTC market.
And JIT AMM, is that playing a big part in all of this?
Yes, that is, JIT AMM is the part that is playing all of this. You can go read more about it on the docs if you're interested.
Or even look at the GitBook code, GitHub code, not GitBook, but GitHub code for, we've literally Pythonized it and made it available for everyone to check out.
That's right. If you want to check out how the JIT AMM works at a deeper level, it's on GitHub. It's open source. Check it out.
Let's see what we got here. Maybe put to the dex quick. Yeah, let's keep some dex. One question. Yeah. Here's a good one. We have a pretty interesting question here. It talks a little bit about RPCs and kind of the situation that we have at the moment with testnetters using Rivet, Alchemy, and Infura. Is Chainflip ever going to look at the potential of using Pocket to support any RPCs?
Yes, it's already possible. If you have a Pocket connection, you could use it right now. I think the question might be more oriented towards, are we going to have a native Pocket integration where we automatically buy endpoint credits for validators and stuff like that? I mean, we could do that. That would be very cool. But given that there's only going to be like a couple hundred, maybe 300 of them on mainnet, I'm not sure that development time-wise it will make sense to really do that. But it's a very, very cool idea that we can just pay for all of these endpoints and have them all magically work through Pocket, which is itself a decentralized endpoint, which is very cool. But my understanding is that you can currently use Pocket. We have recommended others because they have free plans and stuff for literally the 2,000 people that have showed up out of nowhere and set up these nodes. But give Pocket a go. Tell us if it works. I don't think they're on Girly yet, which I think is one of the problems. But as far as I understand, there shouldn't be any issues there. I don't know. Haven't looked into it that much, I'll be honest. But it should work. It should just work.
Nice.
All right. Anyway, I've been chatting for too long, and we need to maybe have a little pause because
Simon needs a drink.
These streams are long and the music is good. So we're going to return now to this man, that guy, yeah, that one, and we're gonna make sure that you listen to some fine tunes while you're here at our Christmas party. So thanks for coming. Speak to you soon. Drop your questions in the chat. Peace. You got to check this out. Switch the... So you know those guys that they created the old the faucet, the T-Flip Uniswap thing? They're currently watching the stream from their home gym. Check this out. How good is this? How good is that?
I think we should also look at the fact that they have a whiteboard there with just like to-do lists and tasks. That's the most Sigma thing I've ever seen in my life. They've got the stream running. They got a list of things that they need to build and do whilst exercising. Damn. I'm doing like none of those things. Very impressive, very impressive. Thunderhead guys, you guys rock. You guys did some crazy stuff with regards to building that swapping interface, I must say. That was the most ridiculous thing. It helped me pull off a trade of a lot of get. 450 get. You guys really want a T-Flip. What's disappointing is not a lot of you have been actually using it to run your nodes, which is why we're going to be chatting about it later, but updating the faucet a bit, because why are you guys getting T-Flip if you're not running nodes? It doesn't make sense to me. Mr. Houston, Nicholas, a lot of people are very, very happy with your mixing. They must say that this is very impressive, man. Yeah. Native German, from Hamburg initially, I think. I don't know. He has family there. Loves to rave. I'm doxing you a lot here, so I should probably hold that back. I'm doxing you a lot. Like talking a lot of... He's fine with me doxing him a bit. I have a face for radio, according to Nick. But yeah, Nick is from Germany, loves to party. He keeps things running along here. Literally doing all the operational stuff around here. It's pretty impressive, to be honest. And makes this place feel like home. We've scaled our team to quite a large size, and because of that, it requires, a nice, comfy place for everyone to be able to work in peace, really enjoy the way that they work. So yeah, Nick is definitely one of the MVPs. Everyone's an MVP, to be honest. I'm madly impressed by this whole team, if I'm dead serious. So yeah, such a privilege to be a part of it, and to be able to host things like this with you guys. Having you all in the chat, it's been crazy. and spending weekends basically chatting with you guys, trying to help your issues. The whole team has really been trying to make it as smooth as possible for all of you to be able to spin up a node and kind of just see a little bit of what Chainflip has been doing in the back end. It's a really impressive feat to be able to get to this stage. I was going through some of the old tweets that we did with our initial testnet called Soundcheck. And, you know, us all being proud about the fact that we hit over 100 active nodes in the set, which we'll get to what that means in a bit. But it was a big step for us back then. And, you know, we were already proud about it. And now launching Perseverance and seeing what's been taking place, I don't know what the numbers are looking like now, but we're close to hitting 150 active validators, which was absolutely insane. It's such an achievement from a technological perspective. This product that we are building is so complex in so many ways, and to have so many innovative people coming together to build it is such an impressive feat. What are the numbers looking at now? We've got 2,364 active bidding nodes. That means 2,364 of you have come to try and spin up a node and have done so. Not all successfully due to various reasons, but it's a really impressive feat, and thanks for being a part of this journey. It's really impressive. See these numbers come out and see the network kind of run the way it does. It really shows off what like Chainflip's tech can really do, and it's a good signal. We really appreciate every one of you coming on board to make this happen, because it's a lot of your time and effort. So really appreciate it. Question time. I mean, we got to be talking about the testnet, but before we get to that, I know a lot of you that have come into the chat are cosmonauts that have come from, you know, the whole Cosmos ecosystem. First question, I guess, Simon, is will Chainflip be able to integrate with various other?
Yes.
Short answer.
That's the answer, yes. Are we working on it right now? No. Do we want to be? Yes. Will it be soon? Yes. We chose Polkadot first, not because Polkadot, but because we built Chainflip on Substrate, and so we know a lot about the Polkadot ecosystem of chains, and so Polkadot seemed like it's not really Polkadot, it's basically any sort of substrate chain should theoretically be very simple to list because of this integration. So, and the same story will go for Cosmos SDK / Tendermint chains. They all have very similar features. Obviously, each chain that we list is going to be slightly different, but that is definitely on the list as well, because again, it unlocks a whole variety of assets that we can support. But thanks to cross-chain messaging, there's already actually a pretty good coverage there, and being able to work with Osmosis as well unlocks a lot of assets that we can use as well to give you guys what you want, to be able to get you to swap where you want to swap, what you want to swap, how you want to swap.
Gotta swap those assets. Simon, we're gonna have to chat about the testnet. Did you ever expect it to be this big, knowing that it was just from a tweet that you would get over 2,300 bidding nodes?
No, I didn't, and you didn't either, to be fair.
I did not.
It's been very, very amazing to see such a huge interest in this testnet, in spite of the fact that it's not actually incentivized, at least yet. The swell of people that have come on board wanting to try it out, test it out, get involved. It's been amazing, and I hope that you have all enjoyed participating. We've got some cool ideas about how to make it more fun and how to incentivize it as well, but while we're still working through some of the issues that we didn't see in internal testing, we are holding off on any of that for now. But stay tuned. We're getting a lot of data. We're finding a lot of little bugs and stuff that we didn't expect. But that's exactly what a testnet is for. You don't test in prod when you run your own blockchain, let alone one that can swap native assets from one chain to another. So that's exactly what Perseverance is for, and it's worked really well. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you stay.
What about Chainflip's scalability in the testnet with regards to the 150 active online cap? Is that a hard cap? Is that something that can change? Why is it 150?
Well, 150 is just a number. We did it based on benchmarking we did before we launched. And sorry, 1 second. Sorry, just wanted to turn down the music a little bit. Anyways, we picked 150 based on benchmarking numbers. When we go to mainnet, we'll see what the performance figures are really like, but 150 is quite a large number for something like this. No one's ever done it before, and we're on the brink of achieving that level. And as soon as we do, on Perseverance, we'll be increasing the authority set cap from 150 up to 200, then up to 300, 400. We'll just see how far it goes before it is simply too slow to really operate. The whole thing is a benchmarking exercise. So so far so good. Again, we've got a couple of small issues with keygen ceremonies in particular to fix before we can really test that out properly. But so far it's looking amazing. We'll be increasing that cap very soon.
I mean, it is really a big achievement to know that we are almost hitting 150 active nodes. Read up on the docs if you want to know what that actually means, but it's a big achievement and the team should be proud of actually getting there. Simon, more on allowing entrants to come in and actually start bidding for active nodes. Is T-Flip limited? Is it unlimited? Where are we going from here?
Well, with T-Flip, right, see, a lot of people were saying, oh, turn the faucet back on, I can't get into the active set, la 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 la. It's like, okay, if we turn the faucet on, all that will happen is everyone will get more T-Flip. So that won't make it easier for people to get into the active set, because it will also make it easier for people who are already in the active set to stay in the active set. So the solution is not more T-Flip. The solution is actually try and balance things out, which is why we introduced the slashing patch last week to try and see if we could clear out some of the lower performing nodes from that top set, which has worked. People are getting slashed right now for other reasons, and that's what we're working on right now. But low performing nodes, they have been sort of booted out of the network, and we've tried to do a few things here and there to make things easier to get into the active set. But right now, there's no actual benefit to being in the authority set. I mean, all of these coins are just fake. So, But as soon as we can, we'll increase the number of authority members that can be at any one time. And we'll also re-enable the faucet as well to make sure that we can get, more people to test out the network when it is functioning at full chat. So it's coming, yeah, there's a couple of technical issues that we've identified. There's like 5 or 6 little things that we're investigating right now that are all probably contributing to this problem. They're all small bugs, but you know, it's a very manual process of debugging, getting people's logs, figuring out what's going on, writing a fix, and then deploying it. So we've done 2 of those this week alone. We did another couple last week, and we'll continue doing that for probably a good while. So we're finding lots of ways to improve the code, lots of ways to fix issues that we didn't see in internal testing, and as soon as we fix things, we're seeing market increases in performance as well. So you might have noticed that the validator set size has been gradually increasing as we've pumped out these updates. We're now very close to 150, whereas we were only doing like 110 like last week. So yeah, seeing a lot of progress already, and there's a lot more to come.
Ooh, good question here. Is it possible that there is going to be some sort of swapping testnet built on top of this testnet?
Yes.
There you go. There's your answer.
That's the idea. Perseverance is our persistent testnet. It's never going down. We're going to keep upgrading it. We're going to keep adding features to it. Eventually, it's going to have all of the same features as mainnet, but obviously all running on the testnet equivalents of, you know, Polkadot, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Like, these will all be running on those testnets as well. So it'll ideally have feature parity indefinitely with the main Chainflip product forever. It's a persistent testnet. That's what it's for. It stays alive. We upgrade it. We test upgrades, and then we put it out on mainnet. That's what it's for. So yeah, we will absolutely be able to demonstrate swapping on Perseverance very soon. Yeah, that's some hot alpha there.
That is some hot alpha there. And you guys will, maybe get to exchange T-Flip for, I don't know, Geth on mainnet.
Fake USDC.
Fake, yeah.
Fake money with fake money on fake chains. That's the plan.
That's the plan. That's the goal. Yeah, I think like a lot of information has been covered about Chainflip and what we are as a protocol. Do we have any competitors is another question. We do actually have competitors. We're not new to the space. Maybe Simon can elaborate on who he thinks these competitors are.
Well, you know, the cross-chain space, the DEX space, the centralized exchange space, you know, there are a lot of different projects, companies, products in that space, and, you know, we absolutely play in that field. So, yeah, we have competitors, you know. We are offering cross-chain messaging, we are offering cross-chain swaps, we're offering all sorts of stuff. So yeah, every single bridge, every single swapping platform, every single exchange. Yes, we're Binance competitors. Like, you know, I guess it depends what you mean competitor. I guess what's probably meant by that question is from a project perspective. You know, is there anyone doing similar things? And I would say the answer to that question is yes. ThorChain has built something not very similar, but, you know, architecturally similar to what we've built here. We think we've got a number of differences between the projects that make Chainflip much more oriented towards, rather than trying to generate yield on Bitcoin or stuff like that. Like, that's not what Chainflip is for. Chainflip is for swapping. The Chainflip is for buying or selling Bitcoin. It's for buying or selling Cardano, buying or selling NEAR, buying or selling all these different chains that and assets that aren't really connected to the DeFi ecosystem. So that's what we're really focused on.
And now for the kicker. The big question, Simon. When mainnet? What does that actually mean?
Trail of Bits is auditing our entire protocol from January 14th until the end of March. And so that has to be completed. We have to fix anything that they find, get the report out and like dress everything up and get everything ready. And then straight after that, we'll be doing our token launch and mainnet initialization. That will look pretty similar to Perseverance and what it'll be able to do. You know, it's about getting the validator network live. It's about getting tokens in there. And then shortly after that, we'll be enabling the swapping and cross-chain messaging features that we'll have implemented on top of it by that point as well. So when, I can't exactly say, but, you know, from March, after those results, we're going to be in a really good spot to actually put stuff out there in production, live, mainnet, real money, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's a minimum. Of course, you know, there's a lot of other things that depends on as well. But, yeah, that's the goal. Sort of throughout Q2, we'll be continually releasing features, the product, all this kind of stuff. That's where we want to be. So, and that's currently looking very doable. So, yeah, exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is. We've covered a lot in a very, very short space of time, especially with the market conditions that we faced. It's impressive, and we have the team to do it, which is good. Oh, here's an interesting one. A lot of new people are asking about what's the deal with Flippy NFTs? What is this that everyone is touting about? Is this actually something that you can get? Good question. I have some Flippies, to be honest. Flippies is a Chainflip initiative that we did initially to our core members that supported the project. It was a free mint where you could go online and mint. I think it was a limit of like 5 or so. But basically a free mint for everyone to just say thanks for supporting the project. And it kind of turned into a bit of a meme in our community. It expanded way bigger than like we ever thought it would, which is basically everything that's happened with Chainflip. Everything we have done, we have just underestimated the amount of growth and interest that you guys have in the project.
Except in my ultra long blog posts. No one fucking reads those. No one gives a shit about my blog posts, which is okay. I get it.
Simon loves to write. He should have been not a politician. Was it a philosopher? He should have been a philosopher, man. Simon likes to write, and his writing is good. Give his stuff a read. It's got some good humor. Free T-Flip if you do.
Shut up. Don't promise people free T-Flip.
No T-Flip for anyone. Okay?
I had to tell Sean so many times to stop putting money in the faucet. He was an addict. He was just like, yeah, put it in there. And it just was like, well, dude, we don't need 800 nodes. Oh shit, now we got 2,000 of them. And like, none of them are gonna get into the active set. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, calm down. And then we went away over the weekend. I think this was when the Uniswap pool was open, and he kept selling T-Flip to get Geth. And I had to tell him to stop again. This man is an addict. He needs help.
I am an addict, and I think that is why I should generally be kept away. I am being kept away from all keys for mainnet. This is just me getting out my addiction to giving you all the beautiful experience of Chainflip. But it has been really cool to see what's been taking place. And it's a pretty cool thing that was invented. I didn't think that, you know, the community would be able to come up with something like that so quickly. And on that note, the community, you guys have been excellent in a lot of aspects. Docs, actually making some docs and setting up nodes. Whoever put Contabo as being the best option in those docs though, dangerous. You got half our community sitting on Contabo nodes, but cool docs. I've seen some videos as well of people showing how to set up nodes. That's really cool. Translations, Russian, Ukrainian, Turkish. It's really cool to see all of you kind of jumping on board to kind of participate in the project. Show that stuff a bit more on the channels. I want to see that. Like, it's really impressive. You guys should really be promoting that a bit more. Like,
you guys deserve T-Flip.
I can't send it to you though. You're gonna have to ask the boss, man. Fair enough.
Don't DM me. Nah. If you've done something cool and you think that you need some more T-Flip, then you should definitely message Sean. Yep, message Sean.
We have everything in place to kind of make this fairer for everyone. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get rolling out. And because...
Technical difficulties.
Specifically with like the faucet. People coming in and just botting this faucet as though like they're expecting something from T-Flip. Not on.
The chat is asking how much Geth did we get from the swaps. I think we ended up with like... So I went to East Berlin in September, and they gave everyone like this little wallet thing that you could load onto your laptop, which it was preloaded with Geth or Geth. to use for the hackathon. And it was like 125 GETH or something like that. Like, thought I was such a huge whale. And for ages I was like, you know, I was just dishing it out to the infrastructure team and stuff, you know, making sure that, you know, I still had all the GETH. But as it turns out, you know, Sean was able to buy, like, I think it was like over 1,000 GETH in a day. I don't know where the hell you guys got that GETH from, but oh my god, huge.
It's our GETH, Simon. It's Chainflip's GETH.
We're probably going to send most of it back to like some of the public faucets out there because it's actually really hard to get GETH. It is rewarded to validators, but like 90% of it is just like locked up. So as a developer on Ethereum, if you want to try and get some GETH, it's actually kind of difficult to get more of the supply. So yeah, we're gonna be good Ethereum community members and make sure that any GETH we don't need, and we don't need 1,000.
We have more than 1,000.
We would be running we could run a lot of test nets with 1,000 GETH, that's for sure. So we'll be sending that back to the faucet so, you know, other people can use it as well.
Yeah. What turned out to be like just a fun thing was really interesting to see. Like the pool that was created, I think we don't have that amount, but based on the amount of volume that was passed through with people buying and selling T-Flip, it was 2,000 GETH that was processed through this in about hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that.
Jesus.
You guys really want a T-Flip. Like, we told you.
That's nuts. That's insane.
I think at one stage we had 170 people performing swaps every hour. It was ridiculous. So that was something that maybe we can see in mainnet. I'm not too sure, but it's really cool to see everyone participating. Oh, here's a question. What criteria are you choosing for which chains to support on mainnet?
We get this one on the streams a lot and in general. And the simple answer to the question is technical difficulty, as in how far along the track are we in terms of our capacity to support the development of these different chains, and also volume. You know, how much volume do we think this asset can bring to the Chainflip ecosystem? How much liquidity can we source from it on centralized exchanges? How underserved is it on other cross-chain protocols and platforms? There's no point doubling up if it's already well served. So, you know, these are all factors that are gonna, you know, contribute. But at the moment, we've actually started a program where we are reaching out to a bunch of L1s, especially the newer ones, and seeing if they can help us list them on Chainflip by committing some resources towards it that'll help us actually complete the technical integrations of these chains, make it go a lot faster. Because a lot of the time, you know, it's just digging around looking for like, okay, where's this, where's that, how does this work, la 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 la. So, you know, there's several factors. At this point, we haven't made hard and fast decisions about what will be there on launch. I answered a question about this a little earlier as well. But progressively throughout the history, the lifetime of Chainflip, will be adding more and more chains. There are limits to how many chains we can list, so each time we list one, it's a pretty big deal, and we want to make sure that we have enough liquidity to support that pool. There's no point listing something if there's going to be like 100k liquidity there, because it's just not going to be useful for anyone. So these are all factors that play in to what we're going to prioritize integrating into the protocol. But, you know, as time goes on, this is definitely going to become more of a community open source thing as well. So hopefully we can get to a point where people can actually write their own implementations of integrating these chains. We've got a framework of how to do that within the Chainflip system. And then from there, things get a lot more open and a lot easier as well. And then, you know, years from now, after we're all dead and buried, you know, people will be able to integrate it themselves through covenants, actions, and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's hope that answers the question.
Yeah. I think I've literally answered all of your guys, well, Simon's answered all of your guys' burning questions. Why don't we cut to the music for a bit? Let some cooling off come down.
You know what? That's a great idea. If you have some more questions, drop them in the chat. We'll collect them and answer them before we sign off today. But for now, we're going to hand back over to DJ Midday, aka Niklas Husten, who has he's got some slick vinyls up here. He's gonna play them for you like he has been all night. So enjoy. Someone asked in the chat if this was really live. It is. Alright, yeah, here we go. Alright. If you are watching this stream right now, you are in luck because you are about to be offered the opportunity to acquire the world's most scarce resource, and that is, of course, the magical, mystical, fake tokens called T-Flip. If you would like to win 5,000 T-Flip right here, right now, because you've stuck with us through this stream, listen to our questions and stuff, here's how it's going to work. There will only be one winner, and that winner will be the person who types in the live AMA channel in Discord this word the first. I haven't said the word yet. As soon as I say the word, you know, the race is on. So get your keyboards out, get ready. I'll give you 5 seconds. I got to think of a word first. I haven't actually done that yet. Okay, I've got the word. Wait, what? Oh,
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to type it in.
he's ready to... You don't need T-Flip. Get out of here. Jesus, that's not how this works. Community members only. Chainflip staff, tools down. Fingers off keyboards, okay? All right, here's the word. Are you ready? The word. Oh, no, that's too easy. I got to think of a more difficult word to make it more interesting. Something hard to type. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, okay. I don't know if anyone heard that, though. Oh. All right, here's the word. Here's the word. The word is persistence. Go, 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 go. The word is persistence. The first person to type the word persistence will win 5,000 T-Flip. Now, there's a 30-second delay on the stream, so it's done. Wow, Jesus, that was quick. How does that work? I thought there was a delay on the stream. Ah. You'll see people, it'll dribble in because there's a delay. Ah, damn it. Sorry, guys, that didn't work out so well. Who is Biscuit? Okay, well, there we go. What does that say in the chat? Perfect Greg food. He cheated.
Biscuit said, I will forfeit my winnings because I cheat. Are you here right now, man? Who's got their phone out? Are we going to dox you, Biscuit?
All right, you know what? We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again because, I don't know, that one smelled a little off to me. I don't know about you. So we're going to pick a new word, and that person will win 5,000 T-Flip. Okay? Okay, here's a good one. This is going to be challenging. You might have to look this one up. We've got it's a German word. It's a German brand name. Okay, you ready? 5,000 T-Flip for the first person who types the word Bayreuther in the chat. Bayreuther. 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 Es tut mir leid, es ist Bayreuther. Bayreuther. Get it in the chat, spell it correctly, you win 5,000 T-Flip. Go, 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 go. Bayreuther. Bayreuther? Bayreuther. Bayreuther? Anyone? No? Ah, we got one! We have a winner! We have a winner! Who is it?
It's who. You got it. Who are you? Who? You got it. Who got it?
Who got it?
Who got it? Who? You have some T-Flip coming your way. Let's get into that active set.
DM Sean with your address. Make sure it's the same one you're using for your node, and we will send you 5,000 T-Flip. Thank you very much for playing the stream game, or whatever the hell that was. Anyway, I think we are going to wrap up the conversational aspect of this stream. We're going to keep the music running for a bit longer, but I want to thank you very much for being here today. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll speak to you next time. come join us in Discord. We're hanging out in the chat the whole time. Thanks to the whole team for putting this together. Thank you to our DJs. What do you want to be called?
Master of Nodes.
12 p.m.
Master of Nodes at 12 p.m. Thank you very much. Slick vinyl this time. Very much appreciated. And of course, thank you to Sean as well for being the moderator of this very fine discussion here, as well as Jan, this handsome young face here who has recently had eye surgery and is doing a fantastic job at being the producer of this fine event. And yeah, peace out. We're going to keep the music running, but thank you so much for coming. Until next time.
The music sounds better with you. Love might bring us back together. I feel so good.